let's get into the tech news. We only have one story today, but it looks like to be an official poster of the Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. And this comes from Ishan Agarwal. His tweet says, another official poster of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. The size difference is quite visible. Don't you think so? And just looking at this, guys, this is massive. This is, if there's a reason that you want a large phone, the Note 10 Plus, which is on the bottom, it's a nice indication of seeing just how big the difference is of a 6.75 inch Note 10 Plus versus the Note 10, which is 6.3 inches. Even though it doesn't sound like a lot, you can just see how massive and huge it really is compared to that phone. They're basically, as you can see, all the buttons are lined up and all that stuff, and you have the blue S Pen on top. You will get, obviously, the S Pen with both. The other big thing is that the Note 10 Plus is supposed to have the micro SD card. Note 10 is not supposed to have it. Also, the faster charging is supposed to be on the Note 10 Plus, the 45 watt charging. It's not supposed to be on the regular Note 10, but they should both have 25 watt fast charging, which would be an increase over the regular S10 line of phones. And at this point, we're only days away, like what, 2 days away until they actually officially unveil the Note 10 phones. We should also get hands-on time with Galaxy Tab S6, new watches, whatever else they end up announcing. Maybe get more, maybe Galaxy Fold as well. Maybe this will be the first time I ever actually get my hands on the Galaxy Fold when they have the event at Unpacked 2019 for the Note 10, which is being Brooklyn, aka New York City. I will be at it, obviously, as if you've seen, I've been in a different location. I've said it in my last few videos. I'm in Connecticut right now, hanging out with my family, and then I'll head over to New York on Wednesday morning, and from there, should be hanging out with some other people as well. So yeah, let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is probably the biggest rumor that's been going around online in the last 24 hours or so, and that is the 90 Hertz display in the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now, this was put on a Reddit message board with somebody with an AMA Ask Me Anything. He supposedly says, oh, there's a 90 Hertz display. It surprised me. It's amazing, all that. And then there was a tweet also by Max Weinbach who says, who reports on it. Apparently, the Note 10 Plus is a 90 Hertz display panel. Now, this is a random Reddit thread, so I don't know how much to trust it, but someone claimed it. Now, he obviously, after that, we got some more tweets for some others. For instance, Ishan Agarwal, who I've used, he says no. He also goes on to tweet, no, Note 10 Plus will not have a 90 Hertz display. Also, Roland Kwan tweeted, the official but preliminary spec sheet I have doesn't mention anything like this. So if you've been online or on social media the last 24 hours and you've seen this rumor, it looks like it will not come true. The display refresh rate on the Galaxy Note 10 and Note 10 Plus will be 60 Hertz, which is the normal refresh rate you've seen on all the other phones they've released in the past. Now, if you're not sure what 90 Hertz display is, it just makes the phone feel ultra smooth when you're scrolling through it. It's really basically it, nothing more than that. So would it be great to have? Of course, but it doesn't look like it's going to be in this year's version of the Note 10, Note 10 Plus. And some other information about the Note 10, Note 10 Plus just ties up some loose ends. This tweet comes from Ishan Agarwal. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 will have a minimum of 8 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage. The Note 10 Plus 5G will have a minimum of 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage. And then he just shows here are both the colors in our white color. I know he mentioned the Note 10 Plus 5G, and not everyone's probably going to buy that, having 12 gigabytes of RAM. The other rumor to this is that the Note 10 Plus LTE version should also have 12 gigabytes of RAM, at least what we've been hearing over the last couple of weeks. And then one final tweet from Ishan Agarwal says, Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, Note 10 Plus 5G will have support for up to 1 terabyte of micro SD card with expandable storage. So yes, if you buy the 1 terabyte model, also get a 1 terabyte SD card if they exist, you would have a total of 2 terabytes of storage in your phone. So there you go. Let's get into the tech news. Now, just FYI, I am recording this the night of, what is this, August 6th. So it's really not August 7th, even though I'm releasing it August 7th. So if something happens big with the Galaxy Note 10 and I don't cover it in the morning time, that's why. But anyways, let's jump right into the news. First story of the day is about the Galaxy Tab S6, the flagship tablet that will be out later in this month of August. And we've been talking about the pre-orders, which are live on Amazon. They should be live as well on Samsung on August 9th. But regardless, if you want to download and use some of the wallpapers for that tablet, you can right now. It's linked down below. And as you can see, kind of cool looking tablets, colorful like as always. And again, these are available right now. Another big story is Sprint and Oneplus, who currently, Oneplus does not have a phone on any other carrier here in the United States except for T-Mobile. Now, of course, you can buy the unlocked version and basically use it on almost any carrier here in America, but it looks like Sprint and Oneplus will be launching a 5G phone. It doesn't specifically say when, but they will be launching a 5G OnePlus phone on the Sprint network. So if you have Sprint and you love OnePlus and you want 5G, you're gonna be able to get this phone probably, most likely, very, very soon. Next up, the Exynos 9825 that is rumored to be powered in the Galaxy Note 10 phone and Note 10 Plus as well internationally. And also the story was that it potentially could be powered in all the other carriers in here in the United States except for Verizon. It has been officially announced by Samsung. As you can see, it says 7 nanometer EUV, performance and efficiency reimagined. Power efficiency and performance come first with the Exynos 9825, the industry's first mobile processor built with 7 nanometer EUV processing technology. EUV, or extreme ultraviolet lithography, allows Samsung to leverage extreme ultraviolet wavelengths to print finer circuits and develop a faster and more power efficient processor. Now, you shouldn't see huge changes in this processor 9825 versus the 9820. Should more or less be a more overclocked, possibly, I guess, slightly power efficient versus the 9820. And the last story of the day is obviously if you want to watch the Unpacked event that goes live at 4 p.m. Eastern, I will link it down below. I actually did a video almost a month ago at this point. I will link that video down below. It'll guide you on where you can watch the event live on your computer, your phone, wherever you want to at that point. Let's get into the tech news. Before we do though, I just got back from New York City. I was there yesterday and I was in Connecticut before that, so I just got back, but I'm headed out again tomorrow to San Jose for a few days and I'll be back on Sunday. So my videos will probably look like this. Also, the camera, my tripod for my camera that I use, like the real camera I use, my DSLR camera tripod broke. So I need to order that. So again, my videos might look like this. I probably have to record them on my phone for a bit. So just FYI, let's get into the tech news, guys. First story of the day is about the next Pixel phone, the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. Some very cool things are breaking on this phone. So first of all, this story breaks from 9 to 5 Google, and you can see the headline, exclusive. Google Pixel 4 and 4 XL will have 90 Hertz, AKA smooth display, 6 gigabytes of RAM and more. Now, let's talk about the RAM because I know you're not gonna be impressed with that. 6 gigabytes of RAM, you're like, my phone has 12. I know yours has 12. I love having 12 gigabytes of RAM on my Galaxy phone too, but Pixel phones generally don't need it. Usually they run Android very, very smoothly, so you don't really need it. So and it is a bump from last year's version of 4 gigabytes of RAM. The 90 Hertz display, AKA smooth display, is very cool because it's gonna make, I'm using my phone, but basically it's gonna make when you're on the phone, it's gonna make all the scrolling you do and the gaming you do super smooth, very cool. Because currently, as you know, most phones only have a 60 Hertz display, so 90 Hertz is just going to show that much more information. I don't even know if you can hear my dog barking. It's a madhouse here. Baby's crying, dog's barking. We're still going on with the show, but we're not done with the Pixel 4. We've got more information. Also, they're talking about the battery sizes. So, the battery size for the smaller 5.7 inch Google Pixel 4, which will have a 1080p plus display, will have a 2800 milliamp battery. Kind of small, but it should be fine with battery life. The other one, the 6.4 inch Google Pixel 4 XL, will have a 3700 milliamp battery, which is a lot bigger than last year's 3430 milliamp battery. Storage sizes, you're looking at 64 gigs and 128 gigs, depending upon which size you get. So there you guys go. That's about the Google Pixel 4, and that's a phone that's coming out most likely in October. I'm excited for it at this point. I mean, the 90 Hertz display wasn't in the new Galaxy Note phone, unfortunately, but it will be in the Pixel. So it's something cool to try out. And obviously, if you want to try a 90 Hertz display right now, you can with the OnePlus 7. Last story of the day, and I talked about this, I released a video last night, but basically the Galaxy Note 10, Note 10 Plus was announced. I know a lot of you are like, what's the free pre-order gift, Greg? Well, if you haven't really been paying attention, because they don't outright say this is your free pre-order gift. If you pre-order, I know at least through Samsung and I believe through Best Buy as well, you end up getting $150 instant credit. So it's a great deal. So basically you go on to the Samsung website, for instance, choose the phone that you want. And I have this linked all down below if you want to click on it for easy clicking. And then after you choose the size and the color and all that stuff, what you're going to do next is you're going to hit continue. If you want to do a trade-in, do your trade-in. But beyond that, you're going to get brought to, it's going to say at the top, you have a $150 instant credit toward eligible Galaxy devices and accessories. And you can get, so you can basically use it as a coupon if you want. Or you can use it to cut into the cost of something expensive. Like some of these, they'll give you a watch, the Galaxy Buds, and that would be like $300, but you get it for $150 because you have a $150 coupon. So there's all kinds of things you can get. You can get different wearables. You can get it, so it cuts into the cost of a tablet, gives you free earbuds, different accessories like the 45-watt charging cable if you want to get that. So yeah, look into it if you're looking to get it. It's what I did. I got the Speed, Inconvenience, and More kit, which allowed me to get the 45-watt charger along with the battery and a wireless charger, which I don't need. I don't even need the battery either. I just wanted the 45-watt charger, but whatever. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is Huawei. Now, if you're a big Huawei fan, obviously you know they've been having some trouble here in America and with American companies where they can't work with these companies such as Android. And Android, as you know, runs on their phones as their main operating system. Well, they announced a alternative, or aka backup plan at this point at their developer conference. In their tweet, they said that's a wrap on day one at HTC 2019. Today, 5 of our distinguished guests walked us through 5 keynotes and several exciting announcements, one including the arrival of Harmony OS. Don't look away, there's more coming tomorrow. And this will be, like I said, the alternative to Android. It's Huawei's Android backup plan when and if they are removed from Android. Now, theoretically, it's supposed to be a faster operating system than Android. Also, it's supposed to be able to work on IoT, basically Internet of Things, having to be TVs or smart speakers or anything that can run internet. So basically anything that you'd want to do on an Android or an iOS operating system, this will be able to do as well. And again, the performance is supposed to be out of this world. And the last story of the day is Samsung is officially removing from their official channels the videos that made fun of Apple for removing the headphone jack and the notch. Why? Because now Samsung has done exactly the same. They've obviously on their newer phones, they have removed the headphone jack, and then they also kind of have a notch in a way. I mean, they have a camera on the screen. So if you had loved Samsung for being, you know, slightly different than Apple, well, it looks like they've kind of caught up to them in some ways with the removal of those two things. Let's get into the tech news. I'm currently in San Jose, Milpitas, California, which is right next to San Jose. Here for a wedding, here to not relax, but I still wanted to get my tech news video in. And I'm in my hotel room, obviously, as you can see. My son's actually right behind me. Oh, you can't even see him. Where is he? There's Finnegan. Chip? He's asking for chips. Baby should be eating chips. But anyways, let me pause the video and we're back and let's get into the first story. First story of the day is all about the Galaxy Note 10 spam. That's right, people that have the Galaxy, it looks like Note 9 are getting spammed with Galaxy Note 10 ads. This first one comes from Max Weinbach, who actually met at the event. Very nice guy. He says, got this on my Note 9. Not sure if it's because my Note 9 thinks it's a Note 10 or if it's an ad. So obviously people are getting ads. Be the first to check out the Galaxy Note 10 with Bixby. So obviously Samsung wants you to buy it. Another one is on Jeff Springer's Twitter. And he says, check this out. Did you know the Note 10 is a AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile? He got spammed multiple times, it looks like, so kind of annoying. Let me know in the comments down below if that's happening to you. Are you guys getting spammed for the Galaxy Note 10 on your Note 9 or even other Galaxy devices? I have not at all. Let me know if you have in the comments down below. And the last story of the day is also about the Galaxy Note 10. It's the official accessories, which are linked down below in the description. And a lot of them are already on sale, stuff you probably would want to purchase. So on Samsung's website, like I said, you can buy basically any of their official accessories, have them be their official cases. You can also buy an extra Note 10 S Pen, which is going for $29.99. Good price on that. Also, USB-C headset jack adapter, which I believe is not in the box. When you get this, is going to allow you to do regular headphones on your Galaxy Note 10, Note 10 Plus, even though it doesn't have a headphone jack. So $14.99 for that adapter, very expensive, but it might be something you definitely want to pick up. Also, USB-C to C, which is going to be what they use. Used to use USB-A to C. Now they're going to use USB-C to C, and that's $15. Also, the other two interesting ones in here are the 25-watt charger that comes inside the box of the Galaxy Note 10, Note 10 Plus, which is $35. And then they also have the 45-watt one, which is going for $50. So if you want the ultimate fastest charger for your Galaxy Note 10 device, that is the one to get. I ordered that one through one of the free gifts things, and when you pre-order the phone. Let's get into the tech news. Now, before we jump into the news, as you've probably been, or hopefully been following my channel over the last week or few days, you've seen I've gone on a bunch of excursions. First, I went to the Samsung event, and I went to New York. Or actually, I went to Connecticut first to visit family, and then made my way over to New York. So it's basically a train ride between the two places. Then I flew home for a day, and then this whole weekend, basically, I've been in the San Jose area. And was staying at a hotel, and guess what? My laptop is gone. The laptop I use when I edit videos, either because I can't edit on my desktop because I have to watch my son, or I'm going on vacation or going away from town and I need to edit on my laptop. It's gone. Basically, what happened was I used it once during the weekend. I used it on Saturday morning, I think it was, to edit my morning news video. And once I did that, I left it on the table, and then I remember putting it on top of our luggage. And then from there, I didn't use it. Now, I don't know if, I hate to say this, but I don't know if the cleaning lady stole it. I just don't know, because I had already edited my video and done that, and then they came in, they had access to the room because they saw us leaving. We said don't clean the room, but I don't know, maybe they stole it. The other part, and this is probably more likely, is that it somehow got knocked down, and maybe it was behind the clothing chest that it was on top of with the luggage. I don't know, but I had somebody check the room. It's not there. Just a big pain in the butt. So now I got to get a laptop. And so if you have any recommendations for laptops, let me know, I guess. I'm thinking about the LG Gram, I think it's what it's called. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Kind of bites big time because it was a good laptop. It was a MacBook Pro. Anyways, guys, let's get into the news. I only have one story today, and it comes from Mr. D's product review channel. He's always commenting on my videos and leaves me a lot of questions for my Ask Me Anything videos. And he gave me a good little thing here, and this is basically a photo he took from Best Buy, and it shows off a chart, I guess you'd say, of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, Note 10 5G Plus, and the Note 10, and it shows you the different colors it comes in with the different storage configurations. And as you can see, there's 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. Now, of course, we know there's 256 and 512 gigabytes for the different versions of this phone, especially with the Note 10 Plus, but we have not heard of a 1 terabyte version for the Note 10 Plus, and it looks like there's going to be a Note 10 Plus 5G version in 1 terabyte size. Samsung hasn't officially come out and said this, but again, this is official documentation. This isn't something that's just made up. As you can see at the bottom, it says copyright 2019 Samsung Electronics. Now, I've gone to Verizon's website because they're currently the only carrier that actually sells a 5G version of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, but they've only got 256 and 512. So I don't know, based off this photo, if when this comes to other carriers, which I know Verizon has a 90-day exclusivity for the 5G, if the other carriers are going to get a 1 terabyte version of this phone in the color of black. This is pretty big, I think. I know it's something that I personally have the Galaxy S10 Plus in 1 terabyte. I don't need 1 terabyte. 512 is actually perfect. 256 even would probably be fine with me. But it's cool that they're going to be coming out with that for sure. And I would think at that point, especially when I look at the prices on Verizon and you look at the 512 and the price is $13.99, I would assume that the 1 terabyte is probably going to be $15.99 at that point, just because of it being double the storage. It could be $14.99, but I would assume it's going to be $15.99 or $15.99 at the very least. But anyways, guys, there you guys go. Thank you, Mr. D's product review channel, for giving me that photo. Very, very cool scoop there. What do you guys think? Do you think that's gonna come to fruition? A 1 terabyte Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G, the ultimate version of that phone? Let me know in the comments down below. And or are you happy with the storage sizes? They already have the 256 and the 512. I'm super stoked that they knocked it out of the park storage-wise. I think to start off a base version of a phone with 256 is amazing, especially with a flagship phone. I think they really did a great job with that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. I'll see you guys down the road. Peace!